Hey, welcome back to Pre-K Sunday School. It's good to be back with all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Well, today we continue our story, looking at the story of Abraham. Remember last time we did Father Abraham, and we danced and sung along to a silly song. I've got another song for you today, too. But before we get there, the story today is about a promise that God makes to Abraham and Sarah, that their descendants, their family, would outnumber the stars. That's a lot of stars. Have you ever looked up at the stars, tried to count them? There's a lot of stars. Well, we've got a great game today that involves the stars and identifying constellations. Constellations are a big word that means groups of stars that make up a design or something, kind of like a dot to dot, like called the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper or Orion's Belt. And your job is to go with your mom and dad and look up at the stars one of these nights and see if you can find some of those constellations. Well, we've got a game identifying constellations, and then we've got our story, again, from the Sparks Storybook Bible. Remember to look for Squiggles the caterpillar hidden in the images. Well, before we start, let's start with our silly song. Here we go. It's called Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I think you all know it. It goes like this. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Well, we hope you enjoyed the song, and maybe you can practice it and sing it to me next time you see me. Well, with that, let's head on in for our game. Here's our challenge. Name the constellation. Challenge with your parents to see if you can find these constellations, these groups of stars in the sky. Here's our first one. This one is called Orion, also known as the Hunter. Can you see the bow and the belt and the arm raised? This is Orion. This one is called Leo, or the Lion. Can you see the lion kind of lying down there with its head sticking up and the body? That's Leo. Leo. This one is called Pisces, or a pair of fish. It's like two fish swimming kind of in the sea. Pisces. This one is Taurus, or the bull. You can kind of see the bull's horns. See the bull's horns? This is Taurus. This one is Scorpio, or the scorpion. You can kind of see the curved scorpion tail and its head. This is Scorpio. This one is called the Big Dipper. It's kind of like a bowl with a handle, kind of like a measuring cup kind of thing. It's called the Big Dipper. There's also the Little Dipper, which part of the Little Dipper is the North Star. And then here's a picture for you all of the Earth. That's the planet we live on, taken from the moon. Pretty cool picture. Well, good luck working with your parents to find those constellations in the sky. Here's our story for today. God's promises to Abram. God came to Abram and made a promise. Abram, you are very special to me. I will take care of you and give you lots of children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. But Abram asked God many times, Are you sure? I don't have any children yet. God thought Abram needed something more to help him understand. So God took Abram outside and showed him the night sky. God told Abram, "Your family will include as many people as there are stars in the sky." Abram stared up at all those stars. He couldn't begin to count all those twinkling lights. Stars and stars and stars all around him. Abram looked up at the stars and saw God at work. Abram believed God. Now for another promise, said God to Abram, you will need a place for your big family to live. I will give you this land, as I promised. Are you sure, God? Abram asked again. God made a covenant with Abram, a promise that Abram would become a father and a grandfather and a great-grandfather and a great-great-grandfather and a great-great-great-grandfather and so on and so on and so on. And all Abram's many sons and daughters, grandsons and granddaughters would live with God in the land on which Abram stood. And that's our story. Hey, well, we hope you enjoyed pre-K Sunday School today. And I hope you enjoyed the story and the game. Well, the next time you look up at all those stars, I want you to remember this, that the God who made all of those stars and each one of us loves you just the way you are. Well, we'll see you next time.